So the thought of this presentation came about when we realized that there's companies like us desperately trying to sell innovation into large organizations. Then you've got large organizations that are desperately trying to buy it. There seems to never be any match. Me and DJ talked about this quite a lot. This is how this came about, and hopefully this is helpful.
I'm David John Gibson, DJ from HKA. HKA are the world's largest provider of dispute resolution services, but we also advise clients on avoiding conflict pitfalls projects. So recently, I've been working with the Department of Transport looking at procuring innovation.
Right, and I'm Ari. I'm with ShapeDo, which is a small, perhaps tiny technology company. And I think our first client was a $1.5 billion multinational portrait development, and that set the tone for the kind of projects we feel comfortable with. So I think we have a perspective of both the very, very small technology companies and then the very large projects and companies and how they buy.
So first thing for us is really down to the first principles, and as an industry we recognise that there's lots of opportunity and a real need to change, but how do you force change? So taking it back to Isaac Newton, what is changed to the industry positively, and really that boils down to innovation. So now this innovation varies between the construction industry and those technology providers that sit outside.
And I think it comes from a perception of risk. So when we talk about risk in construction, risk is all the things that can go wrong, and only things that can go wrong. So it's, people can get hurt, you can get delayed, things can ruin the project. And we have this mindset where risk is only a downside. So we talk about the risk register, risk management. It's only a downside. Then if you look across the aisle and you look at companies over here, they're all built on risk. It's all risk capital, it's all risk, and risk is applauded. Risk is how you succeed, it's how you become better. And I think bridging that gap in how we think about risk is something that the construction industry desperately needs to do to be bold, take greater risks.
And it really comes down to the acceptance of failure. So you take this kind of surfer here, how many times has he failed before he feels confident to pass it that way? Now, in terms of structure, it's very, very strange. So really, are you innovating if there is no possibility of failure? Perhaps not. So the overarching idea is that we should be willing to embrace failure but have control of that failure. So at what point do we implement that innovation? What environment do we put in? How do we control it so that we're more confident when we embed it in a project or a program or even our portfolio that's going forward, they will deliver the values we need.
And it comes down to understanding that certain types of risks have rewards. So if you're taking a risk, you're investing £100 for a 50% probability of making 300 in ROI. If you're taking that risk once, you're taking the chance of putting the project in the red. But if you take 20 of those risks, you flatten out that variance, and yes, you're going to have 10 failures, but you're almost guaranteed to have 10 successes and to be making much more money and being much more successful. And we see that the most successful companies in the world are also the companies failing most. So if you look at Facebook and their motto of move fast and break fast, Google is known to be the company that built all these great innovations. They're also the company that kills the most products in the world. So they have the most products that fail. And that isn't necessary for success. And this is something that we deeply do not understand in construction. Which brings us to how we think about construction today. And I think very often at board level, there is an understanding that we must innovate in construction, and then we get these big budgets that go towards the innovation department or innovation or various innovation strategies. And we imagine something like this. We imagine this futuristic tech where what we're actually often getting is just another department which is siloed and corporate. And what we really want is the people out in the field improving their processes. And the thing with innovation departments is that often they're actually where innovation goes to die. So you get these very typical corporates that have $1 million, $5 million, or $10 million or pounds in budget for innovation. Then you go out to the field, and there's an innovation that the field wants and knows how to implement, and it's a year in IT and it gets rejected because we don't have £5,000 for software. No, that's ridiculous. That's not how it gets done in construction. Now, if you took those $10 million for the innovation department, cut them out to small chunks, and let the field teams innovate, you get so much success. Right? And I think it's about bridging that gap. And that again connects to how the tech companies often providing the innovations differ so much. So a construction business is a margin business. Right? We don't have £10,000 to experiment with. We don't have those small experimentation factories, which means that you're used to buying to exact scope. Tech is different. My company is running on investors' money, right? It's running at a loss, which means that all I want is to get in and succeed. And typically, we're running on very high upfront costs and then very low marginal costs, which means that we're willing to come in and work and iterate and do the job. We're willing to expand because we know that a successful project brings with it 100 projects, and they all have the same marginal cost, except we're charging them 100 times, and which means there needs to be a different mindset in how you approach buying technology and buying innovation. You need to understand you're probably buying more than you're bargaining for, which also means you might not see exactly how it works out, which comes back to that risk taking. And when it comes to procuring technology in particular, you can normally take a leap of faith, because if someone in the organization thinks it's a good idea, there are so many barriers for that happening that probably is a good idea.
So a bit more about how exactly to do that. So perhaps in the short period we've got, identify or reflecting on some of the policy long-term, how we've seen innovation be adopted in particularly large government organisations and departments. And really the first thing is it's really reflecting on pipelines. So not in terms of the physical, the oil and gas, but actually the forecast of work that's going ahead. Not looking at 1 year, 2 year, perhaps even beyond 5 years, but looking at pockets of work, repetitive tasks that are happening on projects, and focusing innovation to drive improvements on those tasks. All too often, innovation is siloed in specific projects or specific work packages within those projects or programs. What we're saying is, break this up, look at or have transparency of the pipelines, create transparency for your client or as a supplier, try and get that visibility. Then you can focus on show how you can deliver value across that portfolio, and really and have that continuity of improvement as well, looking at those particular problem areas of the projects. And that really comes down to timing. So a lot of the time, particularly from the dispute land, we see innovation happening when the risk has already occurred. What we're saying is, take those lessons learned and apply them earlier on. All too often there's repeat problems that occur on the projects. Innovations may happen in a reactive manner to accelerate and improve. A lot of the time you can apply those same principles earlier on. So our kind of advice is not to innovate. It's never too late, but the best impact, the best value is earlier on, particularly when you know those pipelines. You can get in before those projects being started. And then, really, for me, it's this idea, it's kind of very branded around in the industry at the moment, this output thinking versus outcome thinking versus output delivery. So, all too often, when specifications are written, they constrain innovation. So, clients will say, I want specific get there. Are you going to put a lift in, a staircase in, an escalator in, whatever that might be? Now that puts the opportunity to the suppliers to innovate, and it gives the suppliers a little bit more flexibility in how they respond. The challenge with this, and the reason why I think peacock is perhaps all too often there's this version of innovation that is peacocking. It's suppliers or clients wanting to pull out their feathers to show innovation as not as the value, but they want the sexy innovation. They want something that they can market and demonstrate. Whereas in fact, sometimes when you realise the outcome, it may be a simple process improvement, it may be a bit of kit, or it may be just an improvement in training for the staff that's already on the project.
Perhaps let me add on this. When you get a technology company in the room, there's what we market, then that's the first circle, because you can only have a very basic message. Then around that, there's what we can do, which is often much, much more. Then around that, there's what we can develop if you ask for it. And so long as you're asking for a specific output, you're generally only asking for what we're marketing. But the capabilities out there on offer are much, much wider. And if you're sort of change the typical outlook of a construction business and say, well, this is the problem. How can you solve this? How can you help this? This is maybe not even a problem in our minds. Do you have a way to improve this? All too often, people will come up with those solutions. So, as a bit of a summary, I think this child does it so well.
So what we see is with innovation, there's perhaps each little block is a department, a process that we have to go through in terms of the construction side. And all too often we're trying to shove in or push in innovation within those departments and hope that they run with them. But what we find is that innovation works best when you kind of sometimes can release those constraints. You can put innovation in the box and really gain that value, gain the reward that you actually want, the output of the problems.
So, as a quick list summary, one, just accept risks. Take them. Risks are bad in construction, they're good in innovation, and if something is failing, that needs to be seen as part of a portfolio of risks, where some of them are panning out and giving much, much greater ROI. Second, let the people out in the field innovate. They normally know so much more. They have the day-to-day access. And if someone out in the field made the way up the department and up the corporate chain to say, we need this, we want this, you probably do, even if it doesn't make sense. Third, give an open outcome thinking. What do you want to achieve with your innovation? Fourth, remove the barriers. Just let it happen. And finally, communicate it to your stakeholders, to your supply chain. Not do you want to be innovative, but do they have a license to be innovative? And what the issues in your businesses are to let them solve.
Any questions? We're even on time. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.